All right, everyone, welcome to the Cow Corner Cricket Podcast. This is episode 26.
Woo woo.
The dynamic duo is back. I know you guys had to listen to the old guys yesterday, so sorry about that, but the youth movement is here. Yeah, this is Mukta hosting with Siddharth.
Hey,
What's up? We're gonna
what's
talk
up?
England, New Zealand.
Yeah,
Baba is asleep in London. Jatan Mama is asleep in Bangalore.
I'm barely awake in Chicago.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely awake in New York. I'm good. I just had dinner. Um,
Nice, nice.
yeah. So yeah, let's talk this match. I watched it this morning, and had a meeting, and when I started the meeting, it was like, whatever the innings was going on. I ended the meeting, and it was in the last over. So I got to see some drama at
Mm,
the end, but I missed most of
mm.
the middle. So
Yeah, so I mean, huge match between New Zealand and England. Not exactly for England, but for
yeah.
New Zealand. And you could see that the outcome of this match really mattered to them. The passion in which Glenn Phillips was playing with,
Yeah, he
the
was
passion.
hyped up.
Yeah, the way that in which Santner was commanding, marshaling his troops,
Yeah.
trying to get the most out of them, on the fielding side and the bowling side to execute. But England was able to chase down those 160 runs
Yeah.
um, in the last over. It was very dicey at one point. Um, England, I believe, in the with 3 overs remaining, had to score 43 runs, and they were five down. And the win predictor actually had it 80, nearly 85% New Zealand versus 15% England.
Mm.
But lo and behold, Rehan
Yeah.
Ahmed, you know, not really a face we've seen this tournament. And to maybe the casual viewer who maybe hasn't seen much of Rehan Ahmed outside of the test circuit, many might have assumed that he might not have been that good of a batsman, or maybe he's only a good batsman in tests. But actually, in certain T20 cricket leagues and like Vitality Blast League in England, of course, the Big Bash in Australia, and the 100 in England as well. Rehan
Mm.
Ahmed actually is a fixture close to the top of the order sometimes for those
Oh,
teams. So sometimes he comes in at number three or number four just to kind of shake things up because he
okay.
can kind of fire at a high strike rate. And Michael Atherton in the commentary was noting that maybe he is more of a batting all rounder than bowling all rounder.
Oh,
But in the test scene, he's actually known as a bowling, as a bowler, not as
right.
batsman.
Not as batsman because
But
they're so loaded on the batting end.
correct. But regardless, great key innings by Rehan. But really, once again, the star for England with his fourth man of the match performance in this World Cup was Mr. Will Jacks with 32 of 18, all extremely timely runs, taking down Lockie Ferguson in in the 18th over, um,
Right.
and again getting it done with the ball with two for 23 figures. So great job by Will Jacks. Again, heartbreaking stuff for New Zealand because now
Yeah.
but their destiny is no longer in their hands. They'll be watching the Pakistan um, Sri Lanka game very with by the end of it. I don't think they'll have any nails left on their fingers.
No, that's going to be very stressful. Do you
Yeah.
actually happen to know what the math is for Pakistan?
So basically, the way it's panning out is if Pakistan scores, let's say Pakistan scores 160 in 20 overs,
Right.
they would need to defend 100 runs or less in 20 overs to overcome the net run rate.
So they'd have to
Cor-
bowl Sri Lanka out within 100 runs.
Correct.
Okay.
Either blow Sri Lanka out within 100 runs or 100 runs in 20 overs.
Right.
Basically, that's the
Right.
same. In net run rate
Limit
world,
them.
that's the same
Yeah,
thing.
limit them.
That's basically the math. So it needs to be around a 60 run difference
Okay.
in the scores, I
Wow.
believe. So if again, if Pakistan is chasing, then the math becomes a little different because um, then suddenly they have to score at a certain rate. I haven't calculated that, and
Okay.
I I did want to calculate it, but
Okay,
My
then that's okay.
I had some Wi-Fi issues. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, at this point, it's just like they just want to have a big win. That's probably how they're going into it. But actually, a tangent I wanted to go on from what you said, something you said before, and I've been waiting for one of you guys to go on this rant, but nobody has. So I guess I'll just do it. Is
Yeah.
something as like a very casual fan that is really annoying me while I'm watching this World Cup is all of this like endless like fake stat prediction stuff. So
Oh
like
yeah,
the win
yeah.
predictor, forget it. I hate those in any
I hate
sport.
that. It's
What are
so
these
bad.
like random like
Oh
skill
my
sets?
god,
What
it's so stupid.
what are
It's
those?
so
Who
stupid.
is making that? It's
I
so
don't know who's
dumb.
making that. I don't know who's making that. But it's probably people who don't know that much about cricket,
Yeah, I'm
honestly.
like, what are you saying about these? Yeah, it doesn't make
It's
any
completely
sense.
meaningless.
It's
Yeah.
totally made up.
Rankings
They're
doesn't make
not
any
even, I thought
sense.
that, oh, this is probably just like one more company trying to promote their AI. They're not even telling me that, oh, this is made with
This company,
AI. It's
yeah,
just like some stupid
AWS.
graphic I have to see, like every time a
It's
new
so
bowler
dumb.
comes.
I agree. It's really dumb. Um,
It's really
and yeah,
dumb.
just I mean, just to add to that point, like the New Zealand 80. I was thinking, right, that win predictor just had no idea that Rehan
Yeah,
Ahmed was such a good
yeah.
batsman, basically, because 42 off 18, right? That's not an 85%. Maybe it's a 60% win for the bowling team, but with England, I mean, England's batting, first of all, they came into this match electing to take Rehan Ahmed instead of Jamie Overton. I guess as a result of playing in RPS, the Premadhasan Stadium. And also the dimensions of the field were very interesting because there's one very short side and one very
Oh,
long side, and a lot of batsmen actually ended up getting out to spinners who, let's say you're a left-handed batsman, and the the big side or the small side is on the leg side to you, and you have like a off spinner, so like a right hand orthodox bowler bowling to you. Generally, the ball is going to be taking away from you, right?
mm-hmm.
So the bowlers were bowling it really wide outside, short wide outside the off stump, and instead of cutting the ball the way you're supposed to onto the offside, because the short boundary was on the leg side, they try to muscle it and actually get out. So a lot of the
Uh,
wickets ended up happening on the short side because they were trying too hard to hit to it, if that makes
Interesting.
sense.
Interesting.
Which
Yeah,
was,
that
I
did.
think, was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's sort of like a mental thing. It's like you're thinking about it too much almost.
Correct. Yes.
I looked it up, by the way. I was curious about the Pakistan win differential thing.
Yeah.
So just the first link, I clicked on the first link, so we'll see. But it looks like you're right. It's a 65 run margin, but
Right.
if they're chasing, they need to
Hmm.
chase it within 13 overs.
I see. Yeah. So that's tough. So
Yeah,
what score would you imagine they can score like in third, like
in 13
I guess
overs. I mean, I don't
like
know.
130, 40, 50, like 150 at
Yeah, but Sri
most,
Lanka
I would
has
say.
like good bowling, right?
Well, I
And
mean, Sri Lanka isn't really fighting for anything anymore. I mean, like, what are they
no,
really
I mean,
fighting for?
come on. They're the home team.
Pride?
They've got to Yeah, pride. Pride.
Fair.
They need
I
to
don't know.
win. They need to win this match.
Yeah, I mean, let's see.
At
It's
the very least they're not going to let them just like walk all over them, I think.
you know,
Uh who do you think like what do you if you're Sri Lanka, you win the toss. What do you think you're saying you want to do first?
well, I think I'm batting first, honestly.
You're batting first, so
Just
you're going to make them chase within 13 overs?
I mean, so it depends again on the due. And I
Right.
don't think Sri Lanka is going to really
No,
care
they don't
about whether
care. That's
Pakistan
true.
qualifies or don't.
That's true.
They're
That's
going to
true.
do what's best for them to win the
For
game.
them, yeah.
So it depends on the due factor, of course, as we discussed a lot. But I think Sri Lanka in the last few matches they've struggled chasing, gone
Yeah.
under a lot. Except the
Except for the
match against
iconic, yeah,
Australia,
Nisanka.
right?
Yeah.
The Nissanka chase, but last match against England they just completely folded. Against New Zealand, I mean, they completely folded. So I don't know. I think they would probably they might want to bowl first and then chase depending on the due, but
Right.
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. And if you're Pakistan, you want to bat first, right?
Oh yeah, I think the key is going to be a lot of the shoulder. I mean, this is another thing. Sahib Zada Farhan, man, I almost feel bad for him. He scored like some 35 to 38% of the runs for Pakistan in this World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it almost seems like without him, Pakistan aren't going to score 100 runs. Like, it's just crazy how much they rely on him. Because they rely 38% of the runs come from this one guy, right?
Yeah,
So if you score 160, that's like 40 to 50 runs coming from one
from
person,
him.
right?
Yeah. Mm.
50 more than
That's
50 runs
definitely
coming
a
from one
point of
person.
weakness, right? Whatever.
It's a
What's it?
huge point of weakness
Yeah.
because their other opener, Saim Ayub, has been extremely disappointing this World Cup. Um, Babar Azam, does he even make it if they want to bat first and score 200 and try to, you know,
Set a big
restrict Sri
total.
Lanka to less than yeah, is Babar Azam gonna play? Because
He's a slow
how
player,
is
right?
he? Yeah, he's too slow. How is he gonna get Pakistan to give Pakistan that cushion over 160, right?
Yeah.
Um,
And
it's
especially if
just
they're chasing, like you really can't send
oh,
Baba,
if
right?
they're chasing, then Babar isn't because it's a 13 over match at that
Yeah,
point,
at
right?
that point for them. Yeah.
So he definitely doesn't. I mean, he's playing. Like whether he plays or doesn't play is decided before the toss.
Right, right.
So they can't decide after. But I
So
mean,
you're
if
saying
you're
that you would just
Pakistan,
you would not play Babar Azam in this match? That's a
I mean,
crazy take.
I'm looking at the other players, and yeah, I might not play Babar Azam in this match
Wow.
because I got. I got Salman Aga. I got Fakhar Zaman, who's explosive. I've got Saim Zadafran who's explosive. I got Saim Ayub who's explosive. I even have Usman Khan who's more explosive. I'd
All
rather take
right.
Shadab Khan as an explosive player
Yeah, you
than
just
Babar
want
Azam.
you want big hitters for
Just need
this
big.
kind of setup.
I don't know much about Khawaja Nafe, but if he can clear, I'm looking at his career stats right now in T20Is. His strike rate is 162. Okay, so in 3 matches, his strike rate is 162.
Yeah, well.
I might roll the dice and play him.
All right. Well, they have to think tactically because it's not a simple match. It's not a standard issue match, right? The way
Yeah,
Pakistan's approaching,
they
they have to
have
think
to
outside the
they have
box.
to they have to think about what the actual goal is, which is like you said, either to win the game in 13 overs, or if they bat first, try to demoralize Sri Lanka to the point with the bat where they're
Yeah,
able to
65 rounds.
maintain that deficit. Yeah,
Crazy. Wow. Well, that'll definitely be a fun watch.
yeah,
Uh
and that'll be the 50th match actually of the World Cup.
oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, I mean, we've got like a big couple of matches coming up too. So it's going to be a action-packed weekend.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And of course, that all-important India-West Indies game is
Yeah,
looming large,
it
um,
is. It
and
is.
a lot of nerves getting into that
I
one.
know.
But I think
Yeah.
for Pakistan, like this would be in some ways it would be so typical because they always figure out a way of like they either always figure out a way to lose or they figure out a way to win. As Mama always says, they're the mercurial Pakistan, right? One day they'll show up, they'll do something crazy, and the next day they'll
Yeah.
show up and do something equally as crazy,
But in
but
the opposite
on the
direction.
opposite side of
Yeah.
the spectrum. Yes.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think Sri Lanka wants to make this a tight match. So I think actually for in my opinion, I don't think Pakistan's going to be able to do it because
Yeah,
I think Sri Lanka they're proud, they're playing at home. They haven't won a single match in the Super 8s. Like they're
true.
going to be fighting, you know. And so I think that makes for a close match on either end. Um
Yeah,
but of course,
fair
as
enough.
we never know with cricket. So
You never know.
yeah. All right. Well, thanks, listeners, for tuning in to this quick recap of today's match and what that means for the upcoming match between Pakistan and Sri Lanka. This is Mukta and Siddharth.
Yeah,
As
thanks for
always,
listening.
thanks for listening. Like, subscribe.
Like, yeah,
Yeah, smash
engage,
that like
please.
button, as they say.
Smash that
Smash
like
it.
button. Smash it twice if you can.
There we go. No, then that'll take the like away.
Okay, then 3 times.
We're having a great time making this podcast. Hope you guys are enjoying listening. And until next time, this is the Cow Corner Cricket Podcast.
Thank you.
Bye.
This
This episode was produced by Mukta Phatak. Music by Joe Reynolds.